right today. Figured all that crap out from yesterday. Hope everybody's good this morning. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. Why is Trump threatening to sue the Jeffrey Epstein estate? We're about to get into it, you guys. Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, my favorite day of the week. Let's go. Hope you guys can hear me. Got the clear light, the clear mic and everything. See, we got this going, but you know we got to get that camera straight. Let's get it, y'all. Let's go. Okay, that's right. Let's go. Let's get into it. Go ahead and straighten this camera out over here. I know we good today. That's right. I see we don't got the double screen today. Got the full screen today. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and raise it up. It is 16 degrees with a feel of 6 in New York City. I don't know what the temperature's like where you guys are at, but feel free to chime in and let me know. Because I'm sure it's cold unless you're down in Florida or in a whole nother country right now. It is cold out there, y'all. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Like I always tell you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. We got a great show lined up for you today, just like we have been. Had a little bit of technical issues yesterday, but hey, things happen, and just like they said, you live to fight another day. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Welcome to our bottom line. How's everybody doing this morning? Yes, let's make sure that we got everything straight over here. See what time we working with. Yes, we got way enough time over here. Everybody, okay, thank you so much, Batty. Oh my God, you know, as soon as I see that, I'm like, yeah, we cooking with butter. I'm like, we are cooking with butter. As soon as I see Batty say that the audio is straight, I'm like, yeah, we good this morning. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much. And that's what I be looking for this early in the morning. Got a little bit of space on the top up there. Very clear with the camera as well. We already said, and we ready to go. It's time, y'all. It's Monday morning. Time to get to business. We got to make up for yesterday's little audio issues. Video issues. But without that, we all good over here. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening, a fantastic Purple Sunday, you guys. It's, like I said, it's 16 degrees in New York, and we are feeling it. Those fingertips are cool, so I'm going to be good on that part. For real, for real. Who we got up in the building this morning? We got to get these prayers out for. I'd like to pray for security. I'd like to pray for love. I'd like to pray for good health. And I also want to pray for our family members and our animals as well. So let's get into that, you guys. Let's go for it. Who we got up in the building? Casey Ramos, I already know you up in here this morning. God bless you, brother. We got Batty Lynn in here. Thank you again for the audio. Jeffrey. Okay, who's that Jeffrey? It's another Jeff. Jeffrey Hill up in the building this morning. Okay, good morning. Who else we got up in here? Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. Okay. What's that right there? No, not everything is not true. You need to do some research and watch live playback. Okay, you guys, let's keep on going. Jeffrey Spilker, good morning, brother. Okay, we got Liberty and Justice in here. Couldn't do it without you. Who else we got up in here? We got Mark Dorfman. How you doing, brother? I hope the animals and everybody is doing good out there where you're at. Who else we got up in here? Let's see. Okay, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. I think we're good this morning. You guys can't forget about Miss Swanza. Also, Sam Champion. People that always show their love. Luigi. People that are not here right now. Who's that? Temujin. A couple of other people that we always give shout out to as well. Amen. Let's get into it, you guys. Good morning. Like I said, we got to check this audio. Make sure we're good over here. Let me go ahead and double tap this. Triple tap. Up, I hear you. All right, y'all. You know what that means, right? Me. It's time, y'all. Let's get it. Well, almost time. Got to be on time to get on time. Hope everybody's good this morning. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. It really helps to get more people over here to see what we got going on with the show. And we need that right about now. Try to get those numbers up, more subscriptions and more members. I'm really trying to get to that 70,000 subscriber mark. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it. Where we at right now? Almost. Any second now. Any second now. Again, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Are we there yet? I'm ready to go. Yes, yes, they're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. That's right, y'all. It's Monday morning. Time to get it on. Pick up the phone. Y'all ready? Do, do, do. Wind it up, wind it up, wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, but not here yet. Gotta wait a little minute for homie. Wait a little minute, then we're gonna throw the wave. Send the energy and let's go. Any minute now. Okay. Olé. And like I said earlier, it's 16 degrees in the great city of New York, and it's with a wind chill factor of 6. So yeah, when I say open up those pores, do that. We gotta open up those pores. That's right, you just go ahead and tap a little bit with the tips because it's cold enough to do that. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. And we gotta shout out to what? The word that we have not been using, L-O-V-E. We need more of it, you guys. And with that being the case, check this out. Y'all ready? Let's go. We are lovers through, and though we made it through the storm, I really want you to realize, I really want to put you on. I've been searching for someone to satisfy my every need. Won't you be the one, be the real love that I need? Real love, the remix, y'all. I'm searching for a real love, someone to set my heart free. Real love, I'm searching for a real love. Yeah, we going there. Come on. Let's keep on going. When I met you, I just knew that you would take my heart and mind until you told me how you felt for me. You said I'm not the one. So I slowly came to see all of the things that you were made of, and all my hopes and dreams and inspirations lead me toward a real love. I'm searching for a real love. Someone to set my heart free, real love. I'm searching for a real love. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Nope, it's Mary J, ain't a damn thing changed. Kicking Lil Favor with the Teflon Don, wrecking shop, getting props. She got it going on. So what it's going to be? The real one, the fake one? Nope, I think it's the real time to the fake one. Oh, my time is up. Peace out to Brooklyn, puffin' daddy, your way, yo, bring. So I try my best and pray to God he sends me someone real. Woo! Y'all know how we do it around here. Every morning, don't matter what, we gotta bring it back sometime and do what we gotta do. Why? Because if pump that beat. It's Monday the 2nd, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that and that. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Woo, that's right, you go. We are searching for it. That used to be my joint right there. Jadakiss told her yesterday. He said, you know what, Mary J? You got to be like the #1 person that they use when it's time to clean up. Every time it's time to clean up, put on that Mary J. Blige, you get your cleaning supplies, and you be in the crib like, real love, do, 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 do. You know what I'm saying? Doing your thing. Have that real good spirit going on in the crib. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all real Mary J. Blige fans, it's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always told you, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came in to chill with me this Monday morning, I appreciate you. It's time. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. So you know what I'm about to say, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. I'm going to need you guys to let me know where you're chiming in from, what time it is. Do your boy a favor. Let's try to stay on topic and stay on point. This way we have a lot of good back and forth dialogue in that chat. Again, let me know where you're chiming in from and what time it is. I just love to do research and make sure that we find places that you guys are from. Detroit, we got a lot of content from there. Los Angeles, we got a lot that we're bringing you today. As a matter of fact, we got breaking content. Washington, you always know we locked and loaded with you guys, but it doesn't matter whatever country, whatever state it is, we always on top of it because it's our bottom line. Without any further ado, you know what I'm gonna say, right? Let's get into these titles. It's time to get to work, you guys. What do we have up here on the board? We got Trump. Why is Trump? I forgot to take the out, but it's all good. Why is Trump threatening to sue the Jeffrey Epstein estate and the writers of the journals? We got a lot to get into on that, but we're gonna let them say it. Want to make sure that we're getting the right type of information, because also what we have is Iran ready to negotiate with President Trump, or is this just a stall tactic? That's one from home. We already got an idea and let you know it. I don't think that they're gonna be really trying to negotiate right now. I think anything that Iran is doing is similar to what Ukraine and Russia is doing, stall tactics so that they can keep on doing what they want to do. Let's keep on moving forward, because last but not least, we've got 5-year-old Liam and father. They got released and they're released from ICE custody, and they're headed back or already back in Minnesota, you guys. Yes, Jasmine Crockett and a bunch of people, I guess their pushback really worked, besides the fact that the judge said that there was no need for them to stay incarcerated and, of course, let them go. We got a lot to get into this morning. Whole bunch of information for you guys this morning. Trending topics, current events, my antics, and the #1 co-host in YouTube history. Let's get it going, you guys. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. I hope you are ready. Got your water, tea, coffee, whatever you need. It's time to get into it, you guys. Let's get into it right now. Got some breaking information I wanted to get right into. Didn't even want to wait on this. Going on in Los Angeles. A lot of things are going on where there's a lot of pushback, where citywide tactical alert is going on. And they issued there's an ICE protest going on downtown right now in Los Angeles. Let's go. I don't know what the hell be going on with this. I got to get this right today. This audio situation here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. One second. I'm sorry. The hell? You was just on.
With new details for us, Matt.
Well, we have been here with protesters along Alameda and Temple right now. Take a look behind me. You can see many of the protesters that were near that Metropolitan Detention Center have come here to this intersection. We've moved away, but you can still smell the tinge of some of the tear gas and pepper ball sprays that were shot at protesters about an hour ago. Many of these protesters were coughing and certainly trying to wash out some of the remnants of those pepper spray balls just a short time ago. Now, we are told by LAPD, we actually heard them from the chopper, they gave folks about 10 minutes to disperse before they would take their next action, whatever that might be. And we have seen a lot more of these protesters move out of the way. I did talk to a protester named Angel a short time ago. She described what she saw when the police first opened fire with those pepper ball shots as well as the tear gas system.
So the same thing that's going on in Minnesota is now going on in Los Angeles before they even started.
Yeah, people were being loud. Yeah, they were hitting the gate. I saw people hitting it with their hands. I saw them spray. A cloud of smoke just went through the gates, and they just started spraying people. That's when everybody got agitated, but people had backed up for the main part. Then they were starting to push themselves out. I don't know what happened. They started throwing things at protesters. I don't know if it was, weapons or gas canisters. I don't
Tear gas.
know what, but they were doing something. Protesters started pushing them back. No one was getting touched. I have videos of it too. No one was getting touched, but they were creating a wall.
And that's what's happening here at the intersection of Temple and Alameda. Certainly a lot of protesters here. That's the latest. Back to you.
All right, to Mac from the ground here. We want to take it up now, top side to News Chapter 4 in Eliana Moreno. Eliana?
Yeah, this is crazy, you guys. They ain't even started anything yet, and it's already big pushback going on already. You see people coming up to the cameras also. I don't know if you noticed, but let's just go there because we have to. If you really want to make sure you see what's going on, you notice how there is a Hispanic person out there right now that's there's a Hispanic person that is what do I want to say, reporting right now. How we doing on the video? We doing good on the video over there? Are we back to our normal video? I'm hoping that we are. Shouldn't have any issue. I'm seeing that we're regular right now. Okay, cool. Just on that little phone up there. All right, good. But what I'm trying to explain here is something that's very important, because there's other video that's been shown of other reporters that are like different persuasions, I have to say, that are getting a lot of pushback when it comes down to the people in those neighborhoods. I want you guys to notice what's going on here. I do not agree with what the people are doing. I think that they should let the people, let ICE and Homeland Security do what they need to do. Oh yeah, Bugatti's pulling the trigger today. I'm telling you guys everything what it is, telling you exactly how I feel about everything. It is what it is. Now we got to get back into our normal course of the show. We're going to get right into what the president had to say about Virginia and the new governor who's out there. I don't really agree with what she's got going on with all of these new taxes and all of that. I think it's pretty bad. And now the people of Virginia are going to have to suffer it. It's almost a tax on snow. It's so bad. Check this stuff out, what you're about to start getting into right now, and seeing the differences between what administrations do and what to expect once administrations change. You can see this on a small scale right now by what's going on with New York, with Mamdani, as well as what we're about to see right now with Virginia. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, y'all.
Mr. President, about Virginia, actually. Virginia flipped the governors, and now they're looking at 50 proposals to increase taxes.
50
what do you
proposals.
think about that?
Well, I think it's terrible. I think a lot of people will leave Virginia. I saw that. Look, Glenn was a friend of mine, Glenn Youngkin, and worked so hard at cutting taxes. This woman came in and in one swoop, she raised everything up higher than it ever was. I don't understand it. I mean, people voted for Democrat. But she came in and she raised, and I'll work with her like I work with everyone else, but she came into Virginia, raised everything to a point like taxes that nobody ever even heard of before. And I don't understand. How do people get elected with this kind of philosophy? This is only in the very modern age. You know, I grew up and I've always heard politicians will cut taxes, will cut. Everybody screaming, we're going to cut taxes. I cut taxes. I gave you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country, in the great big beautiful bill. No tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. Interest deductions, Roger, when somebody buys a car, they can deduct the interest if they borrow money. That's the biggest thing in terms of the car business, right?
American-made ones.
Correct. So we have, you know, I give tax cuts and they give tax increases. I don't know how they get elected. They get elected because they cheat. You want to know the truth? If they didn't cheat, they'd have no chance. They have horrible policy, transgender for everyone. They have the little thing about open borders so that the world's prison population and mental hospitals can be emptied into our country. It's just a crazy. Men playing in women's sports. Roger, are you a fan of men playing in women's sports? Only is it better. He'd like to bet. If you're not a big fan. I don't think so. I don't.
I want you guys, let's keep on moving forward. I want to get into the details and not run off course of what we're actually talking about here when it comes back to Virginia. Let's see what's actually gonna be going down in Virginia now. Like I said, it's about to hit hard.
Aiming largely on reducing the cost of living, Virginia Democratic lawmakers are now proposing a flood of tax increases and creating some new ones. 7 News' Nick Minogue breaks down how this could impact you and your wallet.
It's important to note that these are proposals at this point, and they're
crazy.
coming from members of the House of Delegates, and they have not been voted on yet. Here's a list of the many tax increases and proposals Democrats in Virginia are considering passing. They include additional local sales tax in all Virginia counties and cities, new personal property tax on electric leaf blowers and electric landscaping equipment, large employer tax, gun and ammunition tax, new income tax brackets, a delivery tax. This would hit you if you make an order on Amazon, Uber Eats, or an order that includes UPS, FedEx delivery, etc. here in Northern Virginia. There's also a tax they're looking at for events, concerts, an investment income tax, storage facility tax, gym membership tax, dog walking tax, dog grooming.
Whoa, what the hell you mean dog walking tax? Well, how's there a tax for dog walking? For the dog walkers? Gym memberships? So if you got Planet Fitness, you're going to be paying a little more than $1.
Membership tax, dog walking tax, dog grooming tax, counseling tax, digital personal property tax, new car taxes and highway use fees, an increase in the hotel tax here in Arlington, statewide speed cameras. Now, these aren't taxes, but they would include more fines for some drivers, dry cleaning tax, home repair tax, and a vehicle repair tax. Political science professors Larry Sabato and Stephen Farnsworth believe not all of the tax increases will pass the General Assembly.
I think it's important to note that a lot of what gets proposed in the legislature never comes to pass.
But if they do pass, Sabato says Governor Abigail Spanberger should get involved.
The impression is terrible, and it contradicts the theme of affordability. She has the veto power, and there's item veto. There are a lot of things that she can employ. And they will be employed, because otherwise this will end up being the central criticism of her first year in office.
We're waiting for a response from Spanberger on if she plans to veto the proposed tax increases. We do know Spanberger isn't opposed to all tax and fee increases. Last week, Spanberger told lawmakers that Virginia will rejoin the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. That move would add a fee back on your electricity bill. Nick Minogue, 7 News.
They always find a way to hit us, yo. I don't know. I don't understand why. They find a way. Oh, let's be ecological. Let's do this to the cars. And everything that they say that they want to do to make it better for the earth gonna cost y'all some more money. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen to get those likes up. This is crazy right here. It says Trump confirms that Iran is negotiating with the United States as an armada nears the Middle East. I personally do not believe it. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I do not trust either one of these countries when it comes down to any of this stuff.
Overnight, Iran's supreme leader warning any U.S. strike on the region will spark an all-out regional war, but President Trump still not ruling out an attack.
Could you give us an update on where your thinking is right now with Iran, if you have made a final decision on what you want to do?
I mean, I certainly can't tell you that, but we do have very big, powerful ships heading in that direction. I hope they negotiate something that's acceptable. If you could make a negotiated deal that would be satisfactory with no nuclear weapons, they should do that, but I don't know that they will, but they are talking to us. Seriously talking to us.
Meanwhile, fresh satellite images you see here showing new roofs built over damaged buildings that bombed.
Yeah, why would they be fixing stuff back up to start all over again if they listening? This is right here, just constantly keep on going. That's like the roaches just keep on building and keep on coming back, keep on coming back. You got to get rid of all the roaches when it's like this. Sorry, you just can't let this keep happening.
About nuclear sites struck by the U.S. and Israel last summer. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel James Carafano joins us now. Colonel, thanks for getting up early with us. This is very interesting. How do you see where things stand? You heard in that soundbite President Trump aboard Air Force One saying that the conversations are serious from Iran. But yet, at the same time, he's also saying that he's not afraid to strike.
Right. Just to get, and for the record, I really like the Melania film. So
we've got you on record for that.
So the key variable here, if he's looking at the Venezuela model, is Trump is not going to do a military strike to take down the regime unless he has something that he's confident can replace that. So that is really key. Now, he might do a more limited nuclear strike. I mean, a more limited strike, just striking the nuclear facilities, kind of following up from last time, also would send a strong signal. So he has a lot of options here other than...
All right, you guys, I didn't even want to play that part, but I like the fact that he said that, because it's true. They got a nice amount of people that they're sending out there, but at the same time, I want to just make sure that we're thinking about the people, the casualties. It's not like we can do precise strikes, even in Venezuela. I'm sure it wasn't precise, and there was a lot of casualties. So I'm hoping that that's what they're focusing on as well. And if we're going to be doing this, we need to get it over with, because it costs us much money. Trust me, it's costing us a lot of money to burn that gas on the water out there and to keep those people out there. Let's keep on moving forward right now, because I want to get into the Iranian foreign minister. I want to see what they have to say about this when it's coming from the other side. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up.
So I'm not concerned about war. What I'm concerned of is miscalculations and military operation based on misinformation and disinformation campaigns. It is obvious to us that there are certain elements, certain parties who want to drag President Trump into this war for their own benefits. And I think President Trump is wise enough to make a correct decision.
How can a meaningful negotiations process be jump-started right now?
A meaningful negotiation should be based on trust. And unfortunately, we have lost our trust to the United States as a negotiating partner.
Yeah, because we don't believe anything that you guys are saying, and I totally understand that part, right? Just like Ukraine.
We need to overcome this mistrust. There are now some intermediators, some friendly countries in the region who are trying to build this confidence. It is difficult, but they are trying. So I see the possibility of another talk if the US negotiation team follows what President Trump said, to come to a fair and equitable deal to ensure that there is no nuclear weapons.
So if
Yes, so that's exactly what they're thinking. Everybody's thinking the same thing, because we do not want them to get that boom, boom, boom. Not even the ones that are guided, that can go short range, because you know what's right next door when it comes down to that. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys. You know I got to get this world news out and much, much more. Let's keep on moving forward right now. Let's get back over to Washington, because we've heard many reports on how Kristi Noem may be fired, sued, going to court. But let's hear directly from Kristi Noem herself about ICE agents, what they're doing, facing pushbacks, and the information that she may be getting, and how now I think it should be like what I do now. I don't just take information that I hear and just go for my feelings. I'll wait a little while before I just come out and say stuff, even if somebody gives me information, because you always want to double check and make sure that the information that you're telling people is real, and you want to be able to stand behind it if you have any care about, standing behind what you say. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Moments ago, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem updating us on where the administration stands as tensions mount over the department's response in Minnesota. We pressed her on the criticism she's receiving, including her characterization of Alex Pretty as a domestic terrorist. Here's what she said.
In those situations, there was chaos on the ground. You're relying on information and facts that you're getting from the ground. And the president and this administration has been incredibly transparent with the American people. And so when those reports are given, you give as much information as you possibly can. And we continue to go through with the FBI leading on these investigations to get to the bottom of this situation. We stopped so many dangerous people from perpetuating violence and have gotten those terrorist threats and criminal criminals out of our country before they had the chance to do something that would have devastated families.
That's certainly true. But do you still believe that Alex Preddy is a domestic terrorist?
You know, we're going to continue to go through with this investigation and deliver information as we go forward.
So this comes as the government is in day 2 of a...
Now, she really didn't answer the question. I got to call that out. She really didn't.
Partial government shutdown with DHS funding in the spotlight as Democrats refuse to pass a bill to get it up and running. GOP Senator Markwayne Mullin.
And we're going to keep on moving forward right now because we got to get to the other side of that coin, which is going to be who? None other than your uncle. That's right, Tom Homan fires back at ABC's host. And he says, where was the remorse and the pushback and the due process for Lake and Riley? Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, trying to get you guys all this information. It's Monday morning. I know you got to get to work. Let's get it going, you guys. Let's go.
All right, today, a federal appeals court will hear arguments on whether Donald Trump and his administration can continue deportation fights for suspected migrant gang members living in the U.S. We're going up the court system again.
Madeline Rivera joins us from Washington, D.C. with the details. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, the Trump administration is defiant. They say they have the authority to deport migrants whom they say are national security threats. They are expected to double down on that argument today. This comes as the administration's standoff with federal judge James Boasberg escalates. Boasberg calls the president's expanded use of the Alien Enemies Act problematic, and he's also promising to find out whether the administration flouted his order to turn deportation flights to El Salvador back around. Border Czar Tom Homan says the administration will not defy court orders. However, Homan is also taking aim at Boasberg.
No, I don't care what that judges think. As far as this case, we're going to continue to arrest public safety threats and national security threats. We're going to continue to deport them from the United States. As far as the Venezuelans on flight, every single one of them, according to the information given to me from the field, are members of the TDA. And TDA has been determined to be terrorist organizations. They are now classified as terrorists, so that plane removed 240 terrorists from the United States.
As the case is litigated, deportation flights to Venezuela are back on after the country's president, Nicolas Maduro, halted flights earlier this month. Venezuelan officials say a deal with the U.S. had been reached. The Department of Homeland Security says the first flight arrived on Sunday. It had 199 people, including some whom the administration says are suspected gang members. And Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is planning to visit Central America this week. Her visit will kick off on Wednesday with a tour of El Salvador's Terrorism Confinement Center. A DHS spokesperson, Tricia McLaughlin, telling Fox News Digital that Noem and the president are sending a clear message for criminal aliens considering entering America illegally. Don't even think about it.
Good idea right there. I'm all for that. We got enough people that we got to take care of right now, and we already struggling. We need the dough. That's it right there. Sorry. It is what it is. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. It gets more people over here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Try to get, all you got to do is hit those 3 dots right there. Boop. That brings the likes out. Hit that, or hit that bell down there, the notification bell, and let you know when we're on. Let's keep on moving forward, because now let's talk about some money, 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 money. Scott Bessent speaks on Trump card, a little bit more about Nicki Minaj, and what we want. They're saying that they want Americans to get the refunds that they're supposed to be getting right now, and investments for new babies and infants. Let's get into it, you guys. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. See what we got going on here.
Well, Secretary Bessent, thank you so much for welcoming us back here to the U.S. Treasury. This was a very exciting week for the administration. You know, we heard about the Trump accounts, but we had some very big announcements this week, including someone who sat right beside you, Nicki Minaj, now getting into the mix of things. Why are these Trump accounts so important to the future of this country?
These Trump accounts are a new way of spreading the great wealth of this country to everybody. 38% of Americans do not own stocks. And what we are doing for the next 4 years, thanks to the president, that every child born from January 1st, 2025 to Dec 31, 2028 is going to be given $1,000 seed investment by the government into an account. and that will grow. It'll go
Wish
into
I had
an index
$1,000
fund.
when I was a
So
baby. I'd be
everyone
straight
will
right
own
now.
part of the American dream, our great innovation, our economic engine, and then also for people like you, with children under 18, you can open
Alma?
Trump accounts for your children, contribute tax-free into them, up to $5,000, parents, family, friends. Where also employers can contribute, which we think is going to be big. What President Trump has done here, he's done the biggest merger in history. It's Main Street and Wall Street, and everyone on Main Street is going to have a slice of Wall Street. And I think that by families, children being able to look on their phone, look at their accounts every day, see the underlying stocks in the indices, it's going to be a low-cost, broadly distributed index, so it will capture all the great companies in America. And there's going to be natural curiosity. The states, Treasury, we're all going to do a big amount of financial literacy, and I think it's going to be a game changer.
Well, it's very exciting stuff, and I think there's so much to look
That's something right there that we never really had
forward to on this.
Nobody ever actually taught you about that in school and stuff like that. You know, stocks and saving and all of that. I think the only thing that we had was the what was that? The dime savings. When it's your birthday, they say, "Hey, it's your birthday," and they send you a dime or some crap like that. Well, I think that's a good thing that we finally can get into some sort of investing. I don't know how long something like this will last. Let's say under another administration. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of this stuff sounds good, but the clock is ticking. 4 years went to 3. 3 years will go to 2. 2 years will go to 1, and then it's over. Then what? Let's keep on moving forward. 5-year-old Liam, we already talked about that. He's been released from custody, and his father and him are on their way back to Minneapolis right here.
A developing story to bring you out of San Antonio, Texas. ABC News exclusively received this video from Liam.
I'm just going to say something right now about Liam. I'm going there straight up and down. Every time we see Liam, he look like he's sleeping or trying to go to sleep. Maybe they catch him all the time when he's tired, or maybe he got a situation going on where that's something that he's dealing with or whatever. I'm not hating on the kid or nothing, but they have been talking about, you know, they tried to say that he was sleeping and he was looking like he was groggy and out of it. Seems like every time we see Liam, he's sleeping, unless it's just because he's getting on the plane. I don't know. Just bringing up a point.
Conejo, or of Liam Conejo Ramos and his father boarding their flight to Minneapolis. That's the same little boy whose story went viral for being taken into ICE custody. 5 years old. A federal judge has ordered their release on Friday. Family and school administrators accused ICE of using Liam to detain his parents. Immigration officials argued Liam's mother was steps away.
Liam is the new Elian Gonzalez. Everybody got to have something to try to go behind, even if it's the wrong mission statement. Remember Tawana Brawley? Then they found out that she really, exactly. So it happens like that, you guys. It happens like that. But let me see you do that for one veteran. I'll wait. Name one veteran, and I'm going to keep on going there, especially when it's about the illegals. I'm going to always keep going there. One veteran, name one. Just name one that they helped. One that they picket about, one that they try to get some housing, one that they go hard about. Let's keep on moving forward. There's veteran children too, you know that, right? My sister and me are the children of veterans.
But refused to take her son.
Oh,
the developing story.
I really wanted y'all to hear that last part, because that ain't really have nothing to do with nobody. They gave her a chance to take her son, but she didn't want to take him.
On Friday, family and school administrators accused ICE of using Liam to detain his parents. Immigration officials argued Liam's mother was steps away, but refused to take her son.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted you guys to hear everything. And like I said, I don't know if that's how he is. Maybe he's a sleepy kid, or maybe he run around a lot and you catch him at the wrong time, but seems like the same sort of demeanor that he has every time when we see him, where they were trying to play it up like, he's looking like he's sick. He doesn't want to eat because he's in that. Yeah, okay, let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Now, right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't think that the child should have been there in the first place. But again, when they're walking here and they got those convoys going on and all of the kids is there, I don't see them really caring about it when that's going down. I don't see those parents and all of those people out there doing all of this pushback either, because they're trying to get to where they got to get to so they can get to the benefits. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up. You guys, we going over to Los Angeles, California. We had a little bit of video in the beginning of what was breaking out, but now we go to an ICE facility that's been barricaded as rioters are damaging, breaking glass, and much more. Is this a peaceful protest? Why? And another thing, why haven't they been arrested? I have that question I want to bring up as well. Seems like, I guess if they start to arrest people, it's going to get even worse. But it's like 1,000 times worse of what happened in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they're taking the same playbook. So I think there has to be a lot of, they have to play this very carefully when it comes down to people and rioters and protesters, because they're really pushing back and getting very agitated when it comes down to how they're approaching the situation in Los Angeles.
Breaking news out of Los Angeles tonight. Reports and circulating videos show chaos outside an ICE detention facility, where rioters are seen trashing the property and blocking exits. According to eyewitness footage, a large dumpster was pushed directly in front of the facility's exit, effectively barricading it. Windows appear damaged, debris is scattered across the area, and tensions remain high as crowds continue to gather. Law enforcement has not yet released an official statement confirming the extent of the damage or whether any arrests have been made. Authorities are urging the public to avoid the area as the situation remains fluid. It's still unclear what sparked the unrest.
Brian says that this playbook was orchestrated by George Soros. I think you're right, because all you got to do is have little sparks in certain areas to just spark things, just to keep it going a certain way, and the people are going to just start to go right behind that. You're right about it. I hear what you're saying. Because now it's like, all right, let's say, for instance, let's say we know that ICE is going to go to, let's say, Denver. What they'll do is, okay, we know that they're going out there. Let's already get those agitators out there ready so that they can have people totally understand what you mean by what you're saying. And I believe you now. I totally know now, and it makes total sense. Makes sense. Let's keep on moving forward now, but I want you guys to notice the intimidation that they're doing to certain reporters and the way that they're pushing back. When I'm talking to you about these anti-ICE protesters, they're really getting out there and they have like a cause now and a mission, and they just like agitate and really stir things up. Like I said about Chicago, you know, those guys have weapons, there's a lot of gangs out there. Same goes for Los Angeles. Only difference with Los Angeles, there's many more Hispanics, there's many more Mexican, many more different of the Spanish population out there to actually get more people to get riled up, and it doesn't take much. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on the land out there. Mob basically intimidates reporters during an anti-ICE protest in downtown Los Angeles. Now, as you can see, she's scared to report. This is Fox 11. Notice what they're going to be saying about it, touching the camera, really intimidating them out there now.
Fox is fake news. Oh yeah, we gonna go viral, man. Daddy Trump. All right, guys, homie. Trump is a rapist. He's a rapist. He's the Epstein file. He's a rapist. Trump is a rapist. Fox News is fake news. Trump rapes little children. Trump rapes little children. Yeah, put the flash in. Trump rapes little children. Fox News is owned by Israel. Get back in the truck and record it. Get shit back in the truck and record
it. They can't even report.
What are we doing?
They can't do nothing out there. It's like, yo, you got to be real careful. Once they get them agitated up, It's going down. Let's double tap that screen. I wanted you guys to see what's going on the land, and they haven't even started doing anything yet. Let's keep on moving forward, because maybe not the devil, but definitely a demon. When asked, who am I talking about? Do you think you're the devil himself? Jeffrey Epstein was asked this question in an interview released on yesterday, and this is part of the videos that we've been finding out about Jeffrey Epstein when he had an interview with Steve Bannon. I like to get to the person. I want you guys to see the attitude, even though he's not alive. Anytime I can get some real footage of this person, I would like to bring it forward so that we can see the demeanor of how he was. Let's see what we got going on over here when it comes down to an interview with Jeffrey Epstein that was made by Steve Bannon.
So it reports.
Latest tranche of Epstein files from the Department of Justice. This contains around 3 million documents, thousands of still photographs, and hundreds of hours of video recordings, and among them appear to be at least some of extended interviews between Epstein and Steve Bannon, a right-wing pundit in the United States, former strategist working at the White House in Donald Trump's first term. He's previously talked about conducting around 15 hours of interview with Epstein. They've not previously been aired in any extended form, but there's a couple of hours of what appears to be some of those videos in these latest releases, and we can play a couple of minutes of that.
I've been up all night just watching videos, different cases, different parts. There is a lot of information in that link in that description, you guys. If you got time to go check those Epstein files out, there's a lot.
That now, in which Epstein discusses being a sex offender.
Is your money dirty money? If you live, it might just ask a question. Is your money dirty money?
No, it's not. So, in fact,
why is it not dirty money?
Because I earned it, hard.
But you earned it. We went back to this before. You earned it. You earned it advising the worst people in the world, right? That do enormous bad things, and just to make more money.
So, instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
You think it's a legitimate question?
Yes, no question. Because I think you have to, ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people.
If we walked in, you're a mathematician. We walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator?
Tier 1.
Tier 1's the highest and worst?
No, I'm the lowest.
I'm the lowest. You're the lowest. Okay, Tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal.
Yes.
That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children?
I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children.
Did they know where the money came from?
I think if you told them, the devil,
100%.
the devil
himself.
The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life.
Do you think you're the devil himself?
No, but I do have a good mirror.
It's a serious question. Do you think you're the devil himself?
I don't know. Why would you say that?
Now, these latest...
And yes, we have the direct links in the description. There is much more video just like that in that description. You will hear that fool say a whole bunch of stuff that you ain't going to believe.
Files also contain fresh documents appearing to relate to Lord Mandelson, the former British ambassador to Washington, sacked by Sir Keir Starmer back in November, when a previous release of documents suggested he had not been straight about the extent of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, these appear to show payments from Jeffrey Epstein's bank account to Lord Mandelson and his husband, totaling $75,000 over a 2-year period.
Nobody out there talking about, oh yeah, this is something that I just want you guys to know about before it comes out, blah, 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 blah. Nah, they just waiting for it to come out and then they saying, oh, that happened when blah, blah, blah. Oh, we had nothing to do with that. That was him. Yeah, real slick right now, you guys. That's right. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen and get those likes up. I'm trying to get up to 70,000 subscribers, and we're getting close. Do your boy a favor. Come on now. We got to get on over to Air Force One, where again, President Trump says that he's thinking about suing the Jeffrey Epstein estate and the journalists. Why? Let's let him tell it. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's go.
All right, Brantley, thank you so much. President Trump says he's thinking about suing in connection to the Jeffrey Epstein case. The president making those comments while on his way to Florida. He says he's thinking about legal action against Epstein's estate and journalist Michael Wolff in regards to his interview with the late convicted sex offender, during which he discussed his relationship with President Trump. President Trump also says the files and images released Friday clear him of any wrongdoing.
And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping.
It's the
In the
opposite
past,
of what
President
people
Trump
are
denied
hoping.
several claims about Wolff and Epstein. Wolff has not released any public response to the president's remarks.
But guess what? That's not it. Thank you so much. They said we got 70K and beyond. I'm really trying to get there. Put that plaque back there behind us because we put that work in, you guys. Staying on the same topic, peeling more layers back of the onion. Because what? There's more people that we got to get involved with this. That's right. Let's keep on moving forward, right? We got another situation right now where we got growing fallout from the Epstein document release from the co-owner of an NFL team and a couple of other powerful men. That's right, you guys. The layers of this onion are now being pulled back. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's go. Okay, yeah, let's go.
To the fallout from the latest release of the Jeffrey Epstein documents, they include communications between the rich and powerful, from the co-owner of an NFL team to billionaires like Elon Musk. And tonight, the newly released photos of Britain's former Prince Andrew. Here's ABC's investigative reporter, Olivia Rubin.
Tonight, the fallout continues as new details emerge from the millions of newly released Justice Department records on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
Today, we are producing more than 3 million pages, including more than 2,000 videos and 180,000 images.
Including this stunning, never-before-seen prosecution memo and draft indictment written nearly 2 decades ago. Prosecutors in Florida detailing the disturbing evidence they gathered against the financier, calling him a continued danger to the community based upon his continued enticement of
They knew decades ago about this man.
underage girls. But that 60-count indictment never filed. Instead, Epstein landing the now infamous deal allowing him to plead guilty to lesser state prostitution charges.
And that's what he was talking about when he said he got convicted. When we just showed you guys the video, he had already been convicted and did that time. That's what they're talking about here.
For which he served just 13 months in a Florida jail. Upon his release, Epstein free to enjoy a jet-setting lifestyle and access to the rich and famous, until his 2019 arrest. These messages from 2013 show Epstein connecting New York Giants co-owner Steve Tisch with various women. In one exchange, Tisch asked about a woman only identified as M, writing, "Curious to know about M, pro or civilian." In another, Epstein informed Tisch about a microbiology student in Florida who he said was interested in meeting, advising Tisch to, quote, "make it clear that you will organize her ticket." In a statement, Tisch acknowledging a, quote, "brief association where we exchanged emails about adult women," but saying, "I did not take him up on any of his invitations and never went to his island. As we all know now, he was a terrible person and someone I deeply regret
Yeah, sure, Mr. Tisch. Sure, we believe you.
associating with." Known Epstein associates like the former Prince Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles last year over his relationship with Epstein, back in the spot.
We're going to get into that now. They took the armor off for a reason. I'll show you why in a minute.
Spotlight as well, with the release of these photos showing him crouched over a young woman. The date and context of the interaction unclear. Representatives for Andrew have not responded to a request for comment. Also in the documents, numerous unverified tips and unsubstantiated allegations against powerful figures in politics, finance, and entertainment, including President Trump, claims the Department of Justice says are unfounded and false.
There's this mantra out there that, the Department of Justice is supposed to protect Donald J. Trump. And that's what we were telling. That's not true. That was never the case. We are always concerned about the victims.
But some of Epstein's victims now furious, saying many of their names were left unredacted and exposed in this latest release.
Yep.
Epstein survivor Charlene Rochard tonight telling me she is, quote, completely disappointed with the Justice Department.
I have absolutely no faith in this justice system at this point. The DOJ is not taking care in certain.
When I tell you they don't let everybody name out, you got all you got to do is go through it, go thoroughly through it, pay attention. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, this person right here that's redacted is in this story about this, and might as well just take all the redactions off. I'm telling you guys, just double tap that screen to get those likes up. Still got more. Jamie Raskin reacts to the release of the new Jeffrey Epstein files, and the case is closed. And their mantra is what he said that Kash Patel and Pam Bondi has been saying since day one. Oh well, the case is closed. The case is closed on this behalf. Case is closed on that behalf. You remember in the beginning that was kind of like the mantra is what he's saying. Let's go.
I want to start with the Epstein files and what the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche, told me in the last segment, that effectively, case closed. He said it's possible if somebody sees something with all of these documents that have been released that requires them to look into a potential prosecution, perhaps, but other than that, they're done.
Case closed has been their mantra since January. In January, they demanded all the files from the prosecutors in New York who were running the case, brought them to Washington and said, this case is over. We're not doing anything else. They told us the same thing when Kash Patel came to the Judiciary Committee. He said, it's been fully analyzed. Everything's been redacted. There's nothing to see there, and there are no further cases. And when people said, have you spoken to all the survivors? There are dozens of survivors who are out organizing and talking about what needs to be done. He says, well, our doors are open if they have something to tell us. They've done no real investigation. Their entire determination has been to shut it down to protect Donald Trump. And your interview with Mr. Blanche is astonishing because it shows he has never once attempted to make the transformation from being Donald Trump's personal criminal defense lawyer to the number 2 person for the United States Department of Justice.
Okay, now I don't agree with the last part of what you said about Trump, but I do agree with the other part about the information and when he said that the mantra was that it's all done and there's no more to be said. I can't take back words or video of what we already shown here. And that's the truth. They did say that. See how I am? I told you guys straight up and down. Democrat might say something. Republican might say something. I'm not going to go behind it blindly just because of one reason. I got to go where the truth is. I don't play that game. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're still on this topic because the Prime Minister now, remember I said taking the armor off of Andrew? Because first you got to strip him of his name and his titles. Then you take the armor off of all his protections. Now you got the royal family who no longer has anything to do with him, and now he's been outcast. Now they can start doing stuff like what? Trying to press charges and look even further. Why? Very serious topics coming up here. We got the Prime Minister who may now be calling for Andrew Mountbatten Windsor to testify before Congress as the second Epstein victim claims she was the number sexually abused, assaulted by him, and had it inside of the royal castle. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And not only that, I think she got a tour afterward.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is facing questions about a new accusation from...
You're going to find similarities between the emails between the NFL owner of the owner of the NFL team, as well as the same sort of communications with Andrew Mountbatten, allegedly. Let's keep on going.
From a victim of Jeffrey Epstein, alleging that the late paedophile sent the woman to the UK for a sexual encounter with the former prince. The encounter allegedly happened at his royal residence in 2010. The woman...
So your boy was internationally imping out here. He was internationally PIMPing and knew every man's whatever they little nasty stuff that they wanted, got to them in a certain way, got them to spend money, used the manipulation against them anytime he could before his video and photo and stuff like that, and got paid. That's what he was doing. And he ain't here no more, so hell with allegedly.
Who is not British, was in her 20s at the time. Her lawyer says they are considering legal action. BBC News has asked Mr. Mountbatten Windsor for comment, but he's so far not responded. He has previously denied any wrongdoing. Chichi Azundu has this special report.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, once a prominent member of the royal family living in disgrace. Now, a second woman alleges she was sent to him for a sexual encounter on the instruction of the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
I am not a defund the police kind of guy. I'm a guy that's from New York and used to get pulled over a lot by the police. And guess what? I think we need more police. There's not enough police in New York.
Whoever you are, nobody is above the law. And I think
Her lawyer is Brad Edwards, who represents hundreds of Epstein's victims.
There are certain people, certain victims, that Prince Andrew hurt.
The woman is alleging she was flown to the UK by Epstein, and her lawyer says it was to comply sexually with Andrew. She says she was in her 20s and is claiming the sex occurred at Royal Lodge, the 30-bedroom Windsor home the former prince has been asked to leave because of his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein.
And now it's all coming out. You know, once the king found out about all of this stuff early, because he already probably knew, like, come in here and tell us everything. Oh yeah, you did it there, gotta go. That happened there, gotta strip that. That happened there. And I got all these people constantly coming at me every time I go to do something regular, like a sitting or a conference. Oh no, you got to go. And you did it to yourself. Mommy not here no longer to help you. I'm the king now. Gotta go, gotta go.
This is the first time an accusation has been made involving royal residences.
We're talking about at least one woman who was sent by Jeffrey Epstein over to Prince Andrew, and she even, after a night with Prince Andrew, had a tour of Buckingham Palace.
So I just want to go back a step. We are not talking about Virginia.
We are not talking about Virginia for Jeffrey.
Have you got anything to say about Prince Andrew? Not at the moment.
Virginia Giuffre, who took her own life last year,
allegedly
accused the former Duke of York of having sex with her when she was 17. In 2022, Giuffre and the former prince settled a civil lawsuit for an estimated $12 million. And
why are you gonna give somebody $12 million if you ain't do it? Come on, buddy. $12 million, 13 million pounds. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got more. And this one is very sensitive. Same person, same topic, a little deeper. I don't like it at all, though. I'm gonna let them say it. I'm gonna let them say this one. I don't like this topic at all, but I'm gonna let them say it, because now it gets deeper.
The recent 3 million pages dump by Department of Justice and online posts are circulating allegations involving Prince Andrew, the former Duke of York, connected to the late financier Jeffrey Epstein. These claims have not been independently verified, and no criminal charges have been brought in connection with them. But the allegations themselves are now part of a growing public debate around the Epstein document releases. According to a 2020 email included in the Epstein files, Prince Andrew is accused of being involved in the abuse of a trafficked girl in the 1990s. The email claims the girl was trafficked by Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly promised a modeling opportunity, and then sold for sexual exploitation. The message goes on to make extreme accusations, alleging the girl was abused and later died. There is no confirmation from law enforcement, courts, or official investigations that Prince Andrew committed the acts described in the email. The allegation is spreading as part of the latest Epstein document releases, which include millions of pages, many of them raw, untested, heavily redacted, and not evaluated in court. These files contain claims, correspondence, rumors, and third-party statements, some of which are now being amplified online without verification. That has reignited debate over how these documents should be interpreted and whether accusations in the files reflect truth, speculation, or misinformation. So what we are seeing is not a confirmed revelation, but a reminder of how explosive the Epstein files remain.
I just don't think that they're going to strip him of everything for no reason like that unless there's some fire there. There's smoke, there's fire, you guys. We're going to keep on going forward and see what's going on with this Elon Musk situation right now. Because when asked, would it be a good time to come to the island? Epstein says this may not be a good time to bring your girlfriend, but Elon Musk assures him that's not going to be a problem. She's okay with it. Okay, let's get into this situation. And then, of course, they did say that Elon did not wind up going to Epstein's island, but they were going back and forth a lot. But he did say that he met up with Ghislaine in New York at her home.
The name Jeffrey Epstein still echoes through the corridors of global power. And today, it echoes once more in the inbox of one of the world's most powerful men. Newly released documents from the United States Department of Justice reveal previously undisclosed email exchanges between billionaire tech entrepreneur Elon Musk and the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Emails that suggest contact was more extensive and more cordial than Musk has publicly acknowledged. The messages date back to 2012 and 2013, years after Epstein's 2008 conviction for soliciting a minor, and years before his arrest on federal sex trafficking charges. In one exchange from December 2013, Musk writes, "We'll be in the BVI, St. Bart's area over the holidays. Is there a good time to visit?" Epstein replies casually, "Any day, 1st to 8th, always space for you." The two continue discussing dates. January 2nd is penciled in. Epstein even writes, "I was really looking forward to finally spending some time together, with just fun as the agenda." The meeting ultimately does not take place. Epstein later cancels, citing scheduling conflicts in New York. But the emails don't stop there. A year earlier, in November 2012, Epstein asks Musk, "How many people will you be for the Heli-2 Island?" Musk replies, "Probably just Tallulah and me. What day or night will be the wildest party on your island?" Another exchange follows, this time about parties, helicopters, and the social scene in the Caribbean. Epstein suggests St. Bart's instead. He adds, "The ratio on my island might make Tallulah uncomfortable." Musk responds, "Ratio is not a problem for Tallulah." Again, the visit does not take place. On January 2nd, 2013, Musk writes, "Logistics won't work this time around." No evidence shows Musk ever traveled to Epstein's island, but the tone of the correspondence, friendly, informal, familiar, stands in contrast to Musk's long-standing public denials. In 2019, Musk told Vanity Fair that Epstein was obviously a creep and claimed Epstein had tried repeatedly to get him to visit the island, invitations he said he declined. The newly released emails now complicate that narrative. The documents also include references to a possible lunch meeting at SpaceX in 2013, coordinated by Epstein's longtime assistant. And separate messages show Epstein congratulating Musk after a SpaceX rocket launch.
So I don't know. They're saying that he was like, he put it off and whatever like that, but there was communication, and I'm not going to put nothing on nobody if it never happened. I have no idea. But don't try to say, oh, he was trying to... Nah, bro, we got some communications here. And now everybody's changing their story a little bit. Everybody is changing their story a little bit. Wait a minute. Nah, that can't be right. I know that's wrong. We can't have nothing about that over here. That's not right. It's not possible. What? Oh, Jay-Z named on Epstein files. How him, Pusha T, and Harvey Weinstein are linked. Okay, let's get into it, you guys. Jay-Z's name appears with Pusha T, Weinstein, and what's the link? That was pretty fast. Where is it?
Rap icon Jay-Z's name has surfaced in a new batch of documents released by the U.S. Justice Department related...
Wait a minute, is that P. Diddy sitting next to Jay-Z over there? That's P. Diddy, ain't it? Hold on a minute.
Rap icon Jay-Z's name had...
That's Diddy right there. Diddy, Jay-Z, Fat Joe. Okay.
surfaced in a new batch of documents released by the U.S. Justice Department related to Jeffrey Epstein. The documents were made public on Friday and include reports submitted to an FBI hotline in 2019. Notably, Jay-Z, whose legal name is Sean Carter, is mentioned in one of those public submissions. It's important to note from the outset, Jay-Z's name does not appear in Epstein's personal flight logs, contact books, or confirmed records. Instead, his name appears in a complaint submitted by a member of the public to the FBI. Other notable names mentioned in the same set of hotline records include rapper Pusha T and disgraced film producer Harvey Weinstein, an unexpected grouping that has raised eyebrows online.
Now, I wasn't going to say it, but y'all going to say it?
The connection comes from a single complaint that has since circulated widely on social media. According to the document, the individual filing the report described believing she had been drugged, which she said clouded her memory. The complaint states that the drugging was attributed to individuals described as handlers, people who allegedly established friendships with victims.
Now, if you notice that the prior clip that we showed you when they was explaining the people, the handlers, yeah, same way the girl said that she kept on winding up getting abducted. I can't say certain words and brought back to Epstein and stuff like, and they were sold.
In that complaint, the filer identified the artist Pusha T as one of those handlers. The document further claims that Weinstein and Pusha T attended a party where the complainant alleged she was drugged before sexual abuse occurred. The allegation involving Jay-Z is described separately in the same complaint. According to the FBI hotline report, the allegation involving Jay-Z is said to date back to 1996. The complainant alleged that she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, known publicly as Jay-Z, while Weinstein was allegedly engaging in sexual misconduct. Again, these claims appear solely in a public hotline submission.
Okay, you guys, and it was basically the finger situation, and he put his hand somewhere that it shouldn't have been. That's what they're trying to say. Let's just go there, and I'm going to tell you like that. It's in the files if you guys want to see it. Names are there. Says the person inserted, blah, 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 blah. And then it's a little bit of redactions, but you're going to be able to tell exactly who it is because you just saw this clip. Double tap that screen and keep on getting these likes up. We're going to get into it and keep on moving forward because this is kind of unbelievable. The last time we reported this was in Venezuela, where they were saying that people that are pushing back don't even speak Spanish. But all of a sudden, everybody want to be out there for Maduro. Can you believe that there are actually people outside of the courthouses and of the federal building where he's being held and they're asking for him and his wife to be released? After all of the stress and the strife and the tragedy that he's given and displayed to his country in Venezuela, we've got these people who think they know what they're talking about and are actually advocating to push to try to get Maduro released on some sort of they're protesting basically. Check this out. You're not going to believe this.
Demonstrators taking to the streets of New York City yesterday demanding to free Venezuelan dictator Nicolás Maduro and his wife Celia Flores. The protest comes exactly 4 weeks after Maduro's capture in Venezuela by U.S. troops. Our next guest wants to set the record straight for young Americans who support socialism after her family experienced the repercussions in Venezuela firsthand. Corinne Hajar is a Washington Post editorial board member, and she joins me now. Corinne, it's so great to have you on. So it's hard to believe that there's people who are actually outside taking time out of their day in this cold temperature to support Maduro, who executed all of his political opponents and is torturing thousands more in his gulags. But you went down there. Tell me what you see when you go down to these protests.
Well, you see two sides. You see one side, a lot of young Americans who like the idea of socialism, who have the hubris to think that they can get it right this time after it's failed so many times.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have Venezuelans who have actually experienced socialism and know the reality of it as opposed to the ideology or the idea.
Exactly.
And they're just ecstatic that Maduro is behind bars. He's jailed and killed and tortured so many people, driven 8 million people out of the country with his policies. So they're just happy to see a brutal dictator behind bars.
This is stupid right here. If you was down there, like, what are you talking about? Free Maduro. What the hell are you talking about? Anything to go against what's right. I don't understand it.
The other side thinks that they're doing. I had people actually tell me that some of these Venezuelans don't know what's best for them, that this could be a good idea if it worked, right?
Yeah, right. This is what they always say. Okay, so you wrote a fantastic article in your paper, and it says that young Americans should know the truth about Venezuela's decline. Here's what it says. It says, young American socialists believe that the Venezuela of my childhood could have succeeded, a place where unlimited wealth could indefinitely back a generous welfare system. This latest crop of revolutionaries believes that they can get it right this time. If that's true, then why are so many making this excuse or making excuses for them? So what they're saying essentially is, hey, socialism failed here. It's mostly because the Americans were meddling and doing sanctions. The economy is not in free fall because of this centralized crony system that was in place with Maduro and Chavez before him.
I don't understand it, you guys. I just wanted you guys to see, because it just doesn't make sense to me when I see something like that. It's like, why would you want to free this person? I could give you another person from back in the years and say his name. You'd be like, no, of course we wouldn't want to free that person. I don't get it. Got to keep on moving forward, you guys. I apologize. I got knocked off real quick when it comes down to the to your chat, but I'll get right back into it. We got to get on over to New York, and if I can, first time today, make it there, I'll make it. Bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you, New York. New York. And what are we doing this morning? What we got going on for the city as it's freezing outside in 16 degrees? What we got? We got a lawsuit going on against this NYPD for racially discriminatory vehicle searches. Okay, sounds something similar to what they got going on over here. Got to be honest with you. I do have to be honest with you when it comes down to discrimination. I do agree.
The NYPD is slapped with a lawsuit claiming officers are engaging in stop and frisk on wheels. The department is accused of using traffic stops to target and humiliate tens of thousands of Black and brown New Yorkers without cause. But the NYPD insists their enforcement is data-driven. Video posted by the New York Civil Liberties Union shows Justin Cohen's 2023 traffic stop in the Bronx, recorded by NYPD body cameras.
See how that looks to us? Because we're black men in America. Why did you search me? Because when you moved around like that, that makes me think you're not being searched.
Now that was some BS he said, because when you move around like that, it makes me think, get out of here. Hell with what you're thinking, man. Like, don't try to racially profile somebody right now, because you got the right one now. None of this crap that I know I got to get back over and fix this, but none of this crap that he said as a justification made any sense. It ain't make no sense.
Why are you searching me? Because when you moved around like that, that makes me think you're not being.
Why are you searching me? Because when you moved around like that, that makes me think, dude, this is a traffic stop. You didn't even get me for the stop yet.
The NYPD found nothing illegal, but seized the car and arrested Cohen, issuing him a speeding ticket, which was later dismissed.
An independent investigation by the CCRB confirmed what I already knew, that I was being racially profiled by the police. So more than 2 years later, I still ask myself, why me? Why did this happen?
Cohen and the NAACP of New York are now suing the NYPD over what they call widespread unconstitutional use of.
And I'm not just one of those guys that get out there and just be like, oh yeah, let's just start a controversy, whatever. Like, nah, I'm not that guy. But if it makes sense and it sounds like a duck and it squeaks like a duck, it's a duck. I can just tell from his answers. Oh, when you move around like that. What do you mean when I move around like that? Get out the car? Come on, any action is gonna try to escalate it.
Racially discriminatory vehicle searches.
Don't like that one.
The searches are not driven by the evidence. They are driven by racial bias.
The NYCLU sued to obtain NYPD data showing more than 84% of vehicles searched from 2022 through September 2025 were Black or Latino drivers, while white drivers made up less than 4% of vehicle searches.
See?
That same data shows most of the searches occurred in Black and Latino neighborhoods.
See?
The 3 precincts with the highest search count being the 75th precinct in Brooklyn, the 113th precinct in Queens, and the 44th precinct in the Bronx, all of which are comprised of at least 83% Black or Latino residents.
Now it makes sense that the majority of the people in that neighborhood would probably be pulled over would be of that denomination. You're right. But what's going on with the other races? What's going on with that?
When asked to respond to the lawsuit, the NYPD referred us to testimony from a 2025 City Council hearing in which the department said it sends more officers to high crime areas.
And this stuff is objective. It's like from 911 calls. Okay, it's not us, right? It's the public telling us this. And so as a result, anytime that you have more police officers in a certain area, as a result, you are going to see more enforcement.
The lawsuit seeks systemic changes within the NYPD that ensure Black and brown New Yorkers are not unconstitutionally searched. Cohen says he's still afraid of police 2 years later.
They're supposed to be people who protect us, but apparently they can do what they want.
Now, the NYPD would not comment on Cohen's case specifically, but did tell us there are mechanisms like the CCRB by which citizens can and should report any traffic stop believed to be improper or illegal.
Now, also, I do want to say
Why is everyone using?
Also, want to say that all police are not the same way. All police don't do the same thing that police officer does. There are good police officers out here that are dedicated and really serious about trying to stop crime and help the community. I just want to make sure that's said because I actually knew a few of them. Not bad guys at all. It's just that sometimes right now, what's going on in our world, there's a situation where, again, when you're trying to get rank, you got to get collars. And the way to get collars is to make people go to jail. And they go to jail by the cases sticking due to the fact that a lot of our jails and our judges are revolving doors. A lot of those cases are not sticking. A lot of those judges are letting a lot of people out of the prisons. So therefore the rank is not being able to be ascertained by these guys that are looking to move forward, even when it comes down to the tests and things of that nature. So it's not really beneficial for good officers or a lot of good officers to patrol and work in our city. Got to look at what the bottom line is, because that's what their complaint is. By the time I lock somebody up, they're already out of jail. Wouldn't you be frustrated with that? Let's keep on moving forward, double tap that screen. But that does not mean that you should arrest and harass anyone. That's right, you guys. We got suspects who are detained in an alleged Woodlands burglary. Others remain outstanding. It's getting harder and harder to survive out here. And I got to just say, people are resorting to stills kneeling and a lot of robbery. Be careful. Make sure your home is locked up and very secure when you go anywhere, especially if you go on a trip and if you're a homeowner. Be careful. Make sure all of those windows are closed because people are really hungry out here and they're not looking to get it with a job. Double tap that screen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Got some information from Los Angeles breaking right now.
More breaking news on the Sunday morning. LAPD detaining multiple suspects following an alleged break-in in Woodland Hills.
Detectives are still searching for additional suspects seen fleeing from that home. KTLA's Jennifer McGraw is live in Woodland Hills with what we know this morning. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, ladies. Good morning. Yeah, it could be possibly 2 separate incidents, but police believe that they have arrested 3 people in one vehicle and perhaps one other got away. Take a look. This was the scene around 3:30 this morning. Police out here investigating a potential break into a home. It appears to be possibly 2 separate incidents, but in this one around 3:30 this morning, police arrested 3 people in what believes to be a burglary or attempted burglary. 911 call coming in from Campo Road of at least 2 people breaking into a home. As officers were responding, the getaway car collided with a police cruiser. Officers located what was described as multiple tools commonly used for break-ins inside that vehicle. Now, during the operation,
She was taking out pipes. I saw some yellow, which kind of gave me in the mind of DeWalt, maybe some sort of a saw or something like that. They definitely was ready to do some break-ins. Y'all be careful if you're living in a house, because they're not playing right now. People are hungry, and there's a lot of thieves out here right now. I'm hearing about a lot more robberies and break-ins when it comes out to Los Angeles as well.
Another vehicle believed to be involved, a dark-colored Lexus, fled from the scene with additional suspects still outstanding. This is nothing new to the area. Take a look where we've seen multiple home burglaries, but also robberies, like this home invasion last week here in Woodland Hills. Early reports of at least 5 men armed with guns and knives accused of terrorizing residents during a home invasion before fleeing with jewelry and cash. Those suspects were also arrested. We cover these crimes all across the valley.
Be careful of your daughter's friends, all them new friends that want to come over playing video games and all of that, because they playing, the kids are playing the game. Meanwhile, the kids is like this. Ooh, looking at all the stuff you got. And most of the time, if you don't know about this, I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of times when your home gets robbed or burglarized, it's somebody that you know, because they know your schedule and they know your timing. Most of the time, sadly, that's how it is. And if it's not them, it's somebody that they told. How do I know? Happened to me 2 times. Second time was by somebody I was helping out. So trust me, I know. Be careful. A lot of times people want to know your schedule. That's another reason why if I do have a pit bull, you won't see him hanging around my friends. Yo, why you never bring the dog around? For what? You don't need to know him like that. Hakata, what are you doing here? Daddy not home. There you go. That's how we do that. Ain't none of that, oh, petting him, oh, he's such a nice pit bull. No. Yo, why your dog act crazy? Because he don't know you like that. Well, why don't you let him get to know me? Exactly. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, over the Supreme Court and what's going on in Florida. They remove a Tampa judge on the Julio Fulio case, Felicia Andrews' case now. It's going to still probably have to be retried, but we'll never know until it keeps on moving forward. I know you guys, we probably haven't been following this case, but I thought it was over. We was going to leave it alone, but it's not. They might have to actually do the whole case all over again.
Well, a major development today in the murder case of rapper Julio Fulio. The judge who oversaw the trial of Alicia Andrews, the woman convicted in his death, has been removed from the case.
Yeah, the state Supreme Court stepped in after concerns were raised about the judge's conduct during and after that trial. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur joins us live in the Hillsborough County Courthouse with what led to the decision and whether it could affect what happens next. Georgia.
Yeah, Josh and Stacey, this all stems from those moments inside the courtroom during Alicia Andrews' October trial. What's interesting about this is not only the allegations that the judge showed bias, is the fact that the high court stepped in after the trial. The state Supreme Court has disqualified Judge Michelle Cisco from presiding over the Julio Fulio murder case, a case that resulted in the conviction of Alicia Andrews last October. The concerns stem from moments during Andrews' October trial where defense attorneys argue the judge failed to step in during improper courtroom interactions in front of the jury.
The way that Mr. Harmon has been speaking to this side of the table is unprofessional, it's disrespectful. He's done in front of the jury as well, and there has not been any attempt by the court to intervene.
Court audio from that same October proceeding also captures a tense exchange between Judge Cisco and Andrews' counsel over sequestration rules.
You invoked the rule of sequestration. I understand that.
Okay, I'm making a statement. I'm not looking for responses. Okay? You invoked the rule of sequestration.
A legal expert not affiliated with the case says judges can be challenged, but what makes the decision unusual is when it happened.
If there's a reason that the defendant doesn't feel he's going to get a fair trial, this is a pre-trial, then yeah, you can move to recuse or disqualify a judge, but it's typically done beforehand. So this is more than rare in the sense that it was happening after the trial was over. So very rare, and then even more rare that the appellate courts had to intervene.
So what happens next? Legal experts say a judge will step in, review the entire trial record, and decide how to move forward, most likely with sentencing, though a new trial is still possible. As for whether this could impact other cases or future rulings,
so no, I don't think it's going to raise concerns from another, a future litigant in front of that judge. I don't think there'd be a problem because I think that judge's reputation is well established.
So they basically took off that case for improperly handling the case and probably the way that she was moving on that. Okay, you guys, let's double tap that screen. We need to get those likes up. We're going to get over to Hartford Police as they warn about a dangerous switch situation. And you guys, I need you to understand about this because a lot of our youth, 19 as well as 20s and preteens know about this situation as well. So think we might as well know about it as well and where they're finding these switches at. What is a switch? A switch is something that you put on a pistol or on a weapon, and you make it turn from a regular weapon to a machine. They're very inexpensive as well. That's why we got a lot of this stuff going on out here. Why? Because there's a better accuracy opportunity and you can let go much more when it comes down to the clip. Want you guys to get into this and see what's going on as well, so that you can have some information on what's going on and how people are actually ascertaining these clips and what's going on with these switches. Let's go.
The dangerous attachment they're seeing on guns. They are small, about the size of a quarter, but they can turn a simple pistol into a fully automatic machine gun. And perhaps the scariest part, they're cheap and easy for anyone to find online. Your reporter Taylor Knight shows us what these so-called Glock switches look like and what one local police department is doing to get them off the streets.
More than 100 shots fired off in just seconds.
Shot spotter showing full automatic, the video showing handguns, and the volume of shell casings we had on scene. Those were Glock switches.
A Glock switch is a small aftermarket add-on that allows a handgun to continue firing as long as the trigger is pressed, just like a machine gun.
A 50-round drum with a switch creating a fully automatic weapon, as you can imagine, becomes a very dangerous weapon in this.
By themselves, switches like this one are not illegal, but when this little piece of metal is added onto a gun, it's against the law. The Hartford Police Department seized 45 of them in 2023, the most ever in a single year.
Not that it's a direct correlation, but we also saw our body count go up of how many people were shot, our victims go up. So as we had a high of these victims, we actually had a high of these Glock switches.
You're right. Switches don't, people do. You're right.
As well.
Last year, the department only seized 6. Sergeant Christopher Mastriani partially credits the decrease to a major gang operation in the city and investigations into people who are trafficking these switches. Despite the nickname, Glock does not make them, and they aren't sold in firearm stores. But you can find one in mere seconds on the internet. With just a simple online search, a website pops up. 3 switches for $150, and the website even gives you step-by-step instructions on how to install them.
Oftentimes they're coming through the mail. It's a very easy item to mail. They're just pieces of metal machined, so it's very easy to throw 10 in a box and mail them. A couple simple tools from Home Depot will allow you to install the switch on your firearm. It really just becomes a dangerous weapon.
They've also been seized by New Haven police.
Well, you know, what ends up happening is you're illegally altering a firearm, and then when you're firing it in an act of gun violence, the likelihood of somebody being struck or killed increases dramatically.
Recently, Attorney General William Tong said that Glock will soon discontinue certain pistol models and make updates to new models to make them more difficult to attach a switch to. Do you think that might help in the future here?
Sure, it can't hurt.
Temporarily.
It might create a delay, a buffer. Everyone tends to catch up with these things after a few years. But it is good to see that they're making an effort to...
Yeah, you guys, so y'all know what a switch is now. Probably don't want one, don't need one, but that's what a switch is. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Really would appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? That's right, those 3 dots right there. Hit that, it's gonna say like. Also, hit that bell down there so that you're notified when we're on, which is every day. We gotta keep moving forward, you guys. I hope you appreciate the content, because we got a hidden camera. Oh boy, Los Angeles, come on now. Come on to West LA. Come on, West LA. You know, we've been finding them all month. We've been finding them all month. We got another hidden camera found in the restroom at Kaiser Permanente in West Los Angeles, you guys. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, see what we got in this one.
Shocked and disgusted, more than 24 nurses at Kaiser Permanente's West LA Medical Center are suing the company after they say they found a hidden camera inside a restroom. Kaiser says they removed the camera and called police, who have now arrested a suspect.
But the damage may have been done as dozens of hospital staff are now worried about privacy. KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live in Hollywood with more. Chris.
Can't even go to the bathroom in peace. This is like the 3rd time this month we've been finding these hidden cameras in the bathroom. And I understand now why women don't want to go to the bathroom unless they're home.
Micah, the victims are men and women secretly recorded during their most private moments in a restroom. And now they're all wondering just how long this had been happening and whether the culprit has shared the footage with others.
Yeah.
So I just grabbed the piece of toilet paper and I was like, I'll jump over it. And I was like, holy the cable, there's a battery in there.
Shock and horror from healthcare workers at the Kaiser Permanente West Los Angeles Medical Center who discovered a hidden camera in an employee restroom.
Oh.
That was last November. But now an attorney and 30 clients, emergency room nurses and staff members who say they are victims, are planning to file a lawsuit against Kaiser.
They all are still working. Certainly, this was a traumatic event. Several of them have enrolled in therapy. The initial concern was just the...
You know, in order to really get this money, you got to go to therapy. You got to go the whole way on this, right? No problem.
breach of trust. The violation. Who's seen the footage on the camera? Is it out on the internet somewhere?
Attorney Tucson says his clients are not comfortable talking with the media about the case at this time. Kaiser Permanente released a statement which reads, in part, in November, we were shocked and deeply upset to learn that a hidden camera had been discovered in an employee restroom. We immediately reported the incident to the Los Angeles Police Department. We implemented targeted and ongoing security checks at this location with plans to expand a broader security review program across our facilities. Kaiser Permanente maintains strong security practices across all our facilities, including role-appropriate pre-employment screening and background checks consistent with applicable laws.
Yeah, but you still got somebody that went through the cracks. Now we're going to keep on looking into Kaiser and see if those people actually go further with this case, or will there be settlements? There may be settlements, because they already said, watch your head, somebody was arrested. So they got the person. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up so we can get more people over here to know about the content that we got going on. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got details on massive hospice fraud. The scheme has been exposed. Let's keep on moving forward. And this is bad right here. And this is like affiliated with, like, I don't even want to say the words, but yeah, let's go.
We want to get you now to the fight against fraud. The White House says mobsters are running schemes on hospice care, and the worst cases, they are in Los Angeles, and that's where we find William Lajeunesse with this story. Good morning.
Hey, Dana, you know, you have ghost patients, sham companies, offshore owners, corrupt doctors here in LA scamming billions for patients that don't exist.
LA is right behind Minnesota, and I'm sure, just like Nick Shirley said, much more fraud in LA.
And care they never provide. Now, many seniors don't even know they've been enrolled until they need real medical care but can't get it because the hospice controls their Medicare number.
They're human traffickers. They're trafficking beneficiaries.
Hospice fraud in LA.
Hospice is crazy here. You've got hospice that's grown 7-fold in the last 5 years. They represent about $3.5 billion of fraud, we believe, just in LA County.
We are ground zero for the scammers.
Sheila Clark says hundreds of LA hospices falsely bill the government for unnecessary care, often cycling patients from one provider to another.
It's a non-ending benefit. That hospice is making, $4,000 a month, then definitely.
Patients are bought and sold like trading cards. Ads tell recruiters to post up at busy shopping centers or senior living addresses to knock on doors. They promise patients walkers, wheelchairs, and can earn $300 for any senior over 62.
That's on Craigslist, y'all. Y'all saw that, right?
They sign up, sick or not.
The entire job is to go and find seniors that they can get money for.
Those patients and their Medicare numbers are then sold to providers.
A Medicare MIB number is more lucrative than a credit card.
How much money are federal taxpayers being taken for?
Millions, billions.
Because now they falsely billing the medical companies for stuff that they're not even getting done. Los Angeles, woo, it's about to get crazy.
These are Russian Armenian gangs, mafia, that are leading a lot of these efforts, we believe, have been able to corrupt and work with doctors who are willing to lie.
If you don't have the physician, you don't have anything.
One doctor billed the government $120 million in a single year, claiming to oversee 1,900 patients. With almost 2,000 hospice agencies, LA County has more than 36 states combined, and 30 times more than either Florida or New York.
18% of the whole country's home healthcare billing is coming out of Los Angeles County. How is that possible?
And take a look at this map, a cluster of 287 hospice providers in a 2-mile radius, some in strip malls, unmarked buildings, even a wrecking yard and vacant lot.
All of it is just paperwork. I could fill that out in Kazakhstan if I want and get a hospice license waiting for me.
It's real human life and it has consequences.
Want you guys to know about this. We are being ripped off and the government is just being wing the rag out. Oh, you want to get more money off of him? I'll sell you the number. I'll sell you the number. Keep on moving forward, you guys. It's crazy. Now, the neighbors are pretty upset about this 24-hour. Me coming in the party with the spliffers and Z. That's the real place where your boy want to be. That's right, 24-hour smoke shop, man. Me Bob Marley fan, yes, 24 hours. Sad part about it, it's in Oakland, right across the street from a school. Come on, you guys, they already been busted. Police can't do nothing about it. We're gonna see if this story probably gets out there in a couple of days. We're gonna follow up with this spot and see if it's busted and shut down. Let's keep on going. Got this neighborhood that's pretty upset about this 24-hour smoke shop.
24-hour smoke shop in Oakland is continuing to operate even after it was raided by police. KTVU's crime reporter Henry Lee is joining us now live from our newsroom after talking with concerned neighbors near that business. Henry?
Well, Alex, residents tell me they're stunned that despite this Oakland police raid, the smoke shop is still open all day, every day, right around the corner from a middle school. This 24-hour smoke shop that opened a month ago in the heart of Oakland's Diamond District is on...
Not only is it open, but the doors is wide open, and on top of it, it says smoke shop.
Licensed, according to police and city officials. And less than 2 weeks ago, Oakland police converged on the shop at MacArthur and Maple, arrested a suspect, and seized this illegal AR-15 as well as marijuana, mushrooms, ecstasy, and flavored tobacco products. But that didn't seem to faze store officials, because just hours after the police raid,
there were guys out front high-fiving and reopening and walking back in, and it's been open ever since.
This woman who lives in the area did not want to be identified. She says the shop has no business being in the neighborhood. Bret Hart Middle School is just around the corner.
There's just a lack of understanding as how this could still be open. Illegal activity should not be allowed to continue, seemingly unabated.
I spoke to a store clerk who did not want to go on camera and professed no knowledge of the police raid. The smoke shop with its giant sign and arrow was once home to Hi-Hat Cleaners until it closed during the COVID outbreak. A man who answered the phone on a for-lease sign that once hung on the building told me the suspect arrested was a handyman who had the rifle for protection. Police declined to release more details.
There's also been connections between this shop and sideshows that have been going on.
The smoke shop sits in Councilmember Janani Ramachandran's district.
When you're selling things illegally under the guise of whatever you're trying to be, you are impacting our most vulnerable community members, which are Oakland youth.
We spotted Rena Moyle working as a nanny.
I was really surprised to hear that they opened over there. Now I'm kind of really worried that you stated what they found. Very concerned.
I just walked in, asked them, about some, like personal stuff, like Black and Miles and everything.
Darren Sasser says he's a regular customer and that the store fills a demand.
He's basically telling the truth. Like, look, man, when I need some green and I want to get I go right to this spot and they got it.
Me as a cannabis user, just like, to respect, like what the spirit of herbal therapy is. He sound like he high right now.
The Oakland City Attorney's Office is also following up with legal action against the store operators by considering a civil complaint and potential eviction. Live in the newsroom, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And we all got to get back to this part right here. My favorite, I like to say this sometimes when it comes down to the nitty gritty, and I'm going to just say it. I used to say, everybody want to be black until the police come. Got to be honest with you, because it's true. Everybody want to, be on some hip hop stuff and baggy and on some style stuff. Soon as police come around, how you doing? My name is Stuart Watson. I have no idea, no affiliation with these people over here. So please, don't associate me at all. But as soon as you're trying to be hip Everybody want to be down. I know how it is. It's okay. But the sad part about it is, don't get mad at us because we know what's going on. And there's different denominations of people that do it. They play along. And I'm not just saying, play along for, I'm just going to put it like this. Everybody, they try to put on what they really aren't about. I want to show you a clip right now of a Hispanic person who kind of tells the truth about what he feels Hispanic does. And I really have to say, he really hit it spot on with African Americans and how we feel about this situation. Because let's get it right. We are all, minorities when you look at it. But I don't like the fact that certain minorities like to blend with black people when it comes down to certain situations. But when it comes to a good opportunity, when they're going to benefit from it, because the power of the numbers are there, they want to support it. But when it comes down to separation and like, how come the black folk ain't here to support us? Well, were you really there to support the black folks, or were you really trying to utilize their numbers as more power? Similar to LGBTQ. Notice how they keep on adding another letter so that they can stand with each other. It's kind of similar as well. It seems like they always do this now. They do the black and brown thing. Now, I'm not racist, but in certain aspects, in certain regards, I would like to be separated from it, because of the fact of the matter is, in real life and what's going on in these streets out here, you don't really rock with black folk like that. But when it's convenient, I say you do. But some people that have been around for a long time, I say my people that have been around from like Lisa Cult Jam and certain people that have been around for like really Americanized, that actually have been around, African American people that really get it. I'm really trying to put on a lot here before I really get out where I'm going with this, because I want it to be really well stated that I'm not trying to be racist at all. But when we stand most of the time as African American people, we stand alone. But when people want to benefit from it, they add themselves to our denomination, and they want to be part of the minority because it makes them stronger. Again, I have a lot of friends and a lot of different races that are separated from this situation that I'm talking about. But when it comes down to overall, I have to be honest about it. And I'm glad that this person is going to be honest about it as well. Hope I put enough on it so you guys can understand. I'm really trying to let you know where I'm coming from with this. I really want you to see what's going on with this right here.
What the gang ain't? Catch me outside with a bang bang.
So we have a Latino who is dressing up like an African American so that ICE and Homeland Security may not pull him over, may not investigate him. That's what he's doing right now, just so you know what's going on here.
In case you didn't know, the word mayate literally is used like the N-word is used with the hard R at the end. In case you didn't know. Now here we have a Latino, a Hispanic, a Mexican, who's disguising himself as a black man, while at the same time being a complete bigot, a racist against black people. So you mean to tell me, out of all other people that you could have disguised yourself as, Punjabi, an Arab, Chinese, Japanese, you mean to tell me the people that you apparently hate the most, feel some kind of way about, is the people that you're going to disguise yourself as to hide from ICE? Here's the problem with Latinos, Hispanics, with Mexicans. When it comes to this whole ICE situation, what is the percentage of Latinos that voted for Trump? Let's look at the stats. Not only did more than 50% of Latinos voted for Trump, they also started making music to celebrate Trump's victory.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
And they used social media to celebrate how proud they were to be Trump supporters.
So let me see this. Where are you from? I'm from Colombia. Colombia. Huh? I'm Hispanic and I vote
voted for Mr. Trump. We vote for Mr. Trump. Yes, Mr. Trump. We love you.
And after Latinos as a collective helped Trump win, now you started seeing ICE raids, all these Latinos, these Mexican people dragged out of their workplaces, out of their vehicles, violently shoved into trucks, and escorted the hell back to where they come from. And if that ain't enough, you start seeing that a lot of these ICE agents, they're also Latinos, Hispanics. A lot of them with thick accents. And then to make it worse, you see all these Latinos, Hispanics, Mexicans going to social media complaining about injustice, discrimination. You voted for this. And after you voted for this, then you join ICE to help them get you and your family the hell back to the countries that you come from. And you know what's crazy about this? Some of these Latinos have the audacity to use social media and talk about where all the black folks at. Why aren't black people coming over here to support us? You voted for this. And after you voted for this, you then join ICE to help them escort you the hell back to your shithole countries. And then you see some videos of some black Americans joining ICE, and these Latinos all of a sudden, why are black people joining ICE and helping to discriminate against us? You Latinos are joining ICE to discriminate against you, to escort you the hell out of here. You voted for this. Talking about black people don't want us here. You don't want you here. But you still have the audacity to complain because another people are discriminated against you? In case you didn't know by now, Latinos as a collective are very anti-black. Do you remember last year when that whole Free Palestine thing was going on? Latinos as a collective were very, very big in participating and supporting Free Palestine.
Keep on moving forward. This guy keeps on going long. It is Latinos disguised as black men to hide from ICE. His name is Ricardo Ignacio Podcast. I agree with some of the stuff that he's saying, not wholeheartedly with everything. Don't want you guys to definitely put me out as no R word, because I'm really not. And I have to really be honest, and I gotta be honest to say it. And I'm just gonna keep it 100. My best friend is a white Italian person. My other best friend is a Mexican guy, and he does some of the best carpentry work that you ever would do in your life. It just happens to be with certain specific individuals and certain specific times and situations. Casey, keep it 100. I'm pulling it just out like that. I rock with you. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of Hispanic people that I rock with on some real love stuff that I know that they don't feel this way. But there's other people that I know and we know that are like that. Just got to be honest with you guys. I got to be honest with it. So when it comes down to you trying to get help from certain African American people about certain stuff, not everything he said, but the majority of what he said is true. You want to rock with us when it's beneficial, but you won't let us talk to your daughter. I done been outside with a clipboard. And I did it in the Washington Heights. Let me ask you, and the girls look at me like, oh, I can't believe you asked that question. The first question I asked is, why won't your parents let you talk to a black man? Oh, I can't believe you'd say that. Well, and then the ones that'll tell you the truth, they'll tell you some stuff that'll really hurt your heart. Be honest about it. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. You guys, let's keep on moving forward. It's not over, but guess what? I still love you no matter what. I know how to do your dances. I love the music. I like the rice, the arroz con pollo y gandules. I don't eat meat, but yeah, I get down. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because it's raining iguanas in Miami, because guess what? It's freezing out there.
It is raining iguanas. Isabella, you have quite the scene. And please introduce us to the lady standing next to you.
Yes, this is Jessica. She is the iguana expert. She's picked up, she said, hundreds of pounds of iguanas this morning. This is crazy. I've honestly never seen anything like it. Jessica, tell us what is happening. Why are these iguanas frozen?
Right, of course, iguanas are cold-blooded animals, so as soon as it gets to freezing, we end up having iguanas fall out the trees here in South Florida.
Okay, and like I said, you've picked up hundreds of pounds worth just this morning. You told me you started at 4. What do you do with them after you pick up all of these all around the city?
Well, of course, we contact our Trinidadian friends and all the people that like to eat iguanas. So a lot of different cultures eat iguanas, and they eat the eggs, and they eat the legs, and they eat the tail. So this is easy snacks falling out the trees this morning.
What?
And I know that you did tell me that before, and I was surprised because I said, is that inhumane? But tell us about the reasons why that's acceptable.
Man, listen,
so
if I was an iguana, I'd be trying to get some sun right now.
Like the pythons, the parrots,
I'm gonna
and
get out
other
of here. This
animals
is
that
crazy.
damage our native environment.
What?
And so we are not allowed to relocate these animals. Some people try to heat them up and let them back go.
Yeah.
You do that on your own property. That's your own choice.
Yeah.
The FWC did allow for people to go to a place.
The homegirl got buckets of iguana in the back of her truck, like she went food shopping, like she got chicken.
Today, if you find frozen iguanas in your yard, you can look up on FWC's website and they'll tell you drop-off points where they will humanely put iguanas down and make sure that they don't suffer, but we also get them out of our environment and save South Florida.
Okay, and you've already found several in this park, but you told me after this spot you're headed to the beach. Why are there a lot on the beach, do you think?
Yes, so the last time it froze like this, I found the majority of my frozen iguanas out by the beach. I think that air coming off of the cold water is even colder for them, and the wind is stronger over there, so it knocks them out the trees, and we're expecting to find many more iguanas this morning out there.
I guess you guys did say it. They actually, have an epidemic of iguana and a lot of iguana going out in Miami. But eating them? Come on, man. She's talking about she's going to reach out to her Trinidadian friends and all of the population because they be eating them and the eggs and everything. Ugh. Oh, my God. Imagine you eating something, you at the table, you just met a girl or a guy, and he or she invites you over, and there's some nice meat and rice and everything in the plate, and you're just sitting there, you're like, oh, this looks very delicious. Thank you for making dinner for us tonight. And you are thinking it's all romantic and y'all got y'all drinks and everything. Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer we pour must say something more somehow. You're just chilling, right? Just chilling. How the hell did I say the Lowenbrow commercial? You're just hanging out. Next thing you know, you pick up the spoon and you're chomping. This is a rather peculiar taste that I've never had before. Tastes kind of cagey. Kind of earthy. Why? What is this? Oh, that's iguana. What are you talking? Iguana? Everything you ate for the last week coming straight up on the table. You should have never fed me nothing like that. No, not going for it at all. Iguana and they eating it? Oh my God. How many people in the chat have ever eaten iguana before? I want to know. If you've ever eaten iguana before, I want to know. Have you ever had frog legs? Have you ever had frog legs? Have you ever had frog legs? Anybody eat iguana? Not me. How many people here have frog legs? No, sir. No, but if I got hungry enough, for real? Yeah, I said, yes, that was hilarious. Yo, Casey, that's why you my dog, because every time I hit one, it's like you always know. That's what I'm talking about. Certain people, you always know. You're like, yo, how the hell? We might be the same age and was watching the same commercials at the same time. You remember that commercial? Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer we'll pour must be something more somehow. So tonight, let it be low and brown. I remember Tommy Harris did that shit. I was dying laughing. That's my dude right there. We're going to keep on moving forward right now because what? He's fighting and he's not pushing back. That's right. She put him in the field outside with the sun. He had to use the bathroom. And for some reason, what you put into him is starting to come out. Come on, you guys know who we're talking about. We're talking about our friend, not just Nova. We're talking about Lynn and Supernova. That's right, you guys. Our buddy is fighting back. And look at that, standing up over there on his own, looking like regular Nova. Check it out, y'all. Check this out.
This is what happens when you pour belief back into Nova. I left Nova outside on his cot, and he realized he had to pee. So he got up, and he went over to pee, and as you can see, he walking and trying to pee at the same time. He was coming to me, So I told Nova, I said, you're going to have to go back to your car. You got to go back and lay back on your cot. And I picked him up, and this is what he did.
Telling you guys, by spring, my boy gonna be walking. He's already going for it. She's putting him out there, and I love it, you guys. Because you know what? She's putting him in instances where it's kind of like memory therapy. And she's talking to him as if he's already been walking. That's right. You got to give it to him. You got to push him, and you got to let him know, you know what? I'm there for you. And let me tell you something. As far as inspiration goes, I think Lynn can encourage the whole football team to win the championship. She could have a college team win the NFL. I'm telling you, no joke, because that woman there got a lot of power and a lot of love, especially when it comes down to that family member of hers, when it comes down to that dog. Got to be honest with you guys. Got to show mad love for them. Can't wait to see Nova walk again, because I'm giving it by the spring. I think that he's going to have a great couple of steps on his own. He's going to be able to have a great summer, and that's what I'm predicting right here. If Jesus and if God got anything to do with it, that's another animal, another family that we show a bunch of respect for over here, and we want to see nothing but greatness happen to our friend Nova. And with that being said, y'all know what we about to do, right? Y'all know what we about to do. Y'all trying to make some money, 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 money. Hit that link in the description, and you guys can make up to, what is that, $900 today? We got surveys in there with up to $940. You guys will make some money, and I'll be able to make some money too. Also, there are the Jeffrey Epstein links in there so that you guys can see all of the 3 million files. If you guys want to go look at the images, you want to see the old cases, you want to see the images and video that's up there. All of the photos that they have from St. John's Island, they're all up in there. You guys check that link in the description, and you guys will be able to see everything that you guys saw so far and much, much more. Also, there's other links in the description for the surveys if you guys are trying to make some money, money, money. Like I said, not only that, you're trying to get your business out there, trying to promote, trying to get more exposure. We want to help you, especially if you're subscribed to the channel already. And if you're a member already, we want to do that as well. How do we do it? We've got almost 70,000 subscribers. And what we do with that is we share the platform. All you got to do is send your promo over to us. It has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame in order to fit in the YouTube post notification area. That's right. Even myself, when I want to put a promo up, it's got to be in 1080 by 1080, the size frame, in order to fit properly. You want to put it up in there, all you got to do is send it to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's the email address. bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This, not that, but this. llc@gmail.com. Send over your promos, emails, send over your show suggestions. Just don't send me no links to nobody else's show, because I normally don't watch other people's shows. But you can send me show ideas. If you got any song ideas, opening up in the morning, I'm running out of songs here. Come on, family. Help me out. We've already done it, and you guys know how it goes. So I'll take your suggestions, and one day I might be singing your song. That's how we do it over here. Each one teach one, and we do this together. We get better at it, and we just keep on moving forward, because we are family over here. And guess what, you guys? You know what else I'm going to say, right? Got to get those prayers up. Can't forget this. I can't send you guys out of here. Make sure, unless you're prayed up, and make sure that we got those prayers for today, Monday morning. That's right, you guys. So who we praying for? For security, for great health, for good spirits, for our family, as well as our animals. Who we praying for this morning? Winter. Okay, we definitely praying for Winter. Liberty and justice. I see Vincent right there. Dudley, I want to pray for you as well as Brian. Liberty and justice. Mark Dorfman, thank you so much. Who's that? Mike Anderson. I see Tiffany up in the building. Definitely got to pray for you. CJ the cat. Been here since about 3 in the morning. CJ, you're dedicated, and I appreciate you. CJ, send your email address, your mailing address. I'll send you you a decal. Love your dedication to the show. bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Send me your mailing address. I got you on the decal. Also want to show some love to Ace, Vincent Winter. Who else is that? I see Rebecca Lanyan Bueno and my friend there, Jeffrey Spilker. How you doing this morning, brother? What's going on, Casey? I hope you're doing good there. Shout out to you definitely for showing your love and respect. Audrey, can't forget to show love for Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Want to make sure that she's having great health. Make sure that the doctors are giving her good reports and make sure that she's feeling fantastic because guess what, Rebecca? We love you, sis. We love you. Also, I want to show some love to who we got in here. Miss Swanza. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Swanza. Mad love to you, Teddy. Also, who's that, Juria? And can't forget about Sam Champion, Temujin, and everybody else that we may have forget, such as Luigi. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Amen. And with that being said, guess what? We're going to be here tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning for another episode of Our Bottom Line. Guess what? You guys could have went anywhere. The fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So till tomorrow, get 'em! Peace.